horrible, putrid, chiseled anus, bullshit. Peter Pan's penis. Fucked up, fucky, fuck. Why? What is it with restrictor plate races this year? Why? What is with all the races this year? Why? Why is this so suddenly so difficult to get good racing consistently at restrictor plate races? I'll be perfectly honest. The tandem drafting's better than this. Daytona was mediocre at best. The last restart was what made the race. Dale Jr. is better than anyone else that could have won at that point, really. Talladega can suck an asshole. That was fucking atrocious. I mean, most of the racing wasn't terrible at Talladega, but that ending makes me want to shoot a couple poor innocent puppies right in their testicles. And now this entire weekend was butt sauce from the start. I don't even know if there was trucks racing, and I highly doubt if anyone but Kyle Busch won, so I don't care about the trucks this weekend. The nationwide race. I took this weekend off of work. I took the 4th, 5th, and 6th off so I could enjoy the 4th of July break. This is a well-deserved rest. I had the 4 days leading up to the 4th of July to work, and that was a test of skill and patience, and I deserve this little bit of a rest. However, I took it off only because of these races, and thinking about it now, to be perfectly honest, that was pretty dumb since all the races were scheduled to start at night anyway, so there was no way that I would have missed them if they had started at the right times. Now, speaking of starting at the right times, fuck you, rain. It's fucking hot as shit out here. My car is literally a sauna. You could probably sit in there without turning it on or rolling the windows down. You could probably sit in there and it'd be the equivalent of a goddamn sauna. I'm not even kidding. So, we could use a little bit of rain up here if you catch my drift. But nope, gotta get that rain to Daytona Beach, don't you? Where it never, ever has rained. Like, never, these races have never gotten rained out for so long. It wasn't until, 2009, was it? It started, qualifying got rained out in '08, I think, at Daytona 500. I looked this shit up, but I'm just so pissed. Why now? Why is it just suddenly fucking March? Why is it March? Rain. Someone put a fucking canopy up over these tracks. Seriously. So, the nationwide race. I watched almost the whole thing, except for a couple of times where I had to get up because I was not at home when I watched that. It started late, of course. And the racing was meh. The finish was pretty damn good, even though it was Casey Kane winning. Regan Smith was up there all the way at the front, and I knew that he was going to get caught. I didn't know if he was going to be able to put the block on him or not, but I knew that he would be caught. And it would come down to the line for who the winner would be at that point. But beyond that, I didn't know. But why did it have to be a Sprint Cup driver? Why did it have to be a Sprint Cup driver? A Daytona of all places, the restrictor plate races of all times. Put someone in the car that's up and coming, that's just flown in from the K&N West, East, South, Moon, K&N, Mars circuit, Bring some of them assholes in. They deserve a shot at one of these races where they could actually, do good. No matter what their skill, what their driving IQ is, they can get a good finish at a restrictor plate track. But no, this Daytona, Talladega and Daytona especially, we see so many times, just driver after driver from the Sprint Cup has to be in this goddamn race. No, get the hell out of here. Give someone else a fucking chance. So that's the Nationwide Series in a nutshell. Sprint Cup, as for that, last night I waited in eager anticipation for the Daytona race like I do every year. Well, the Daytona 500 I look forward to every year. It's touch and go when it comes to the this one because, it's always scheduled on the July 4th and we usually are not even at home on July 4th. So this year we were lucky. And yeah, that makes it even better. The one chance that I actually get to watch this fucking race and it gets fucking rained out for fucking eons. And I took Sunday off, and if I hadn't taken Sunday off, I would have gotten put on no matter what. And it probably would have been the afternoon slot. So I would have been able to see it, but fuck me. Fuck me. Why? Why did this shit have to happen? I mean, it's not in anyone's control. It's not in anyone's control. I understand that. But I hate this halfway thing. This bullshit halfway. Halfway. Make it halfway. Make it halfway. Fuck that. No. It's not a race to halfway. It's a 400-mile race, not a 250-mile race. It's a fucking 400-mile race. You don't race to halfway. You race to the finish. And at restrictor plate tracks especially, these are the races that drive in the fans because drivers are for the most part on even ground. There's always constant action at the front, in the middle, in the back. There's always stuff going on. You can't take your eyes off it for a second, or else you'll have a lap 98, and you'll be in the goddamn bathroom going, "What the hell's going on? I want to see this!" And out of these races, especially that the fans love to watch. They get sold out. People actually go to these. You see all these other racetracks just empty. Column after column of chairs just sitting there vacant. So when you finally get all these fans in one spot, you finally get these people that love watching these cars drive around in circles at close quarters at 200 miles an hour. Screw halfway. They called the race, it's 1:30 here, it's 3:30 there. They called the race now because fucking Poseidon's gates open, And they were planning on trying to get the race in all the way until like 9:30 last night. So that's 6 goddamn hours that they could have to dry the track regardless of what happens. 6 fucking hours, and they probably would have gone on even more, considering how close this was to the end. Like, they would just be able to inch the cars along and just get it over with. Maybe before another storm cell comes in. They had 6+ hours. 6+ hours, and they called it already. Horrible decision making here. I mean, unless there's a fucking hurricane going through, and considering that there is one on its approach over in North Carolina, check that shit out. That's going to be probably mid-range. It's not going to be Sandy levels of destruction, but I'm thinking it's going to be around in the middle ground. But shit. And just the potential that this race had. That lap 98 wreck took out a lot of vehicles that I was rooting for. There was Sorensen, Witt, Gilliland, I'm pretty sure, got into that. Reagan, I really wasn't rooting for Reagan. He's won enough goddamn races at at restrictor plate tracks. I really wasn't rooting for him, but he still got in that wreck. My screen just went off. Fuck you, screen. Who else was in that? Bush wrecked. That was good. One of the Bushes, anyway. And Recky Stenhouse Jr. That's his new name. There's Daniac the Maniac and Recky Stenhouse Jr. It's just... I think that's a good one. That one might stick. Recky Stenhouse Jr. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm going to have to patent that. Recky Stenhouse Jr. caused Tony Stewart to lose early, caused Jimmy Johnson to lose early, which might have given him actually a free pass if Tony Stewart wasn't involved in that wreck. And Larson. Larson was in that wreck, and he barely, from what I saw, got any damage, but he was still out, and I was like, fuck. You know, in 2009 at Texas, when Jimmy Johnson wrecked, it looked like his vehicle was about as destroyed as it was in this race, and yet they still put an entire new front end on that car and pulled it out. So Larson, fucking get that car back out on the track, man. You may not get the last back, but at least he'll be on the track and shit, whatever. And it was setting up, and like going back to what I was gonna say before I got into that, it was looking like it was gonna be a race between all these drivers that you never see at the front. There was Almirola up there. There was Casey Mears up there. There was Terry goddamn Labonte up there. Terry Labonte, man, he's a badass. Josh Wise was up there, and that's 4 off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more. I could look, but that's a little lazy. Even Martin Truex Jr. was getting up there. This was setting up to be a close race, anyone's race. I mean, of course, Daytona, it was anyone's race from the start, but considering how Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson was out, the dominant vehicles of this year were out of the race. So there was a very high chance that this would be close quarters action all the way until the end, just like the Nationwide Series race at Daytona here this year back in February. It looked like it was shaping up to be one of those finishes. And I was anticipating 3 wide. I was anticipating a wreck equivalent to that of like 07 Daytona 500 or 2012 Nationwide finish where the guy flew up into the grandstands. That's what I was thinking this was going to turn out to be. But no. Got 6 hours left. You know, it was advertised to be the night race. Well then, fucking let it. See what happens. Just see what happens. I'm sure. Let me look up the radar. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find Florida's weather map from here. Maybe I will. I doubt it. Oh, there it is. Let's take a look at Daytona Beach, Florida. Oh! Well, what do you know? It's clear. Well, let's see where this is actually going. Let's play this and see how this is exactly playing out here. Alright, so that's Daytona Beach, and it was like, I think the track's right here. They're coming out, they're in the clear right now. And that system's kind of really slow moving. You know, they might have gotten the end in if they like really just hup to it. Like if they had gotten that dry in 2 hours, they might have been able to finish it right as the next storm rolled in. It would have been a close call, but at least there would have been more fucking racing. My God, that was... This is not how you finish a race. And you know, after after Talladega and now this, I don't even care about August Talladega. I don't even give a shit. September Talladega. It's normally Hollow-Dega, but that's kind of come to an end now, unfortunately. That gimmick was pretty nifty. I like that gimmick. That one year where they had the actual, like, video where the guy was, like, investigating ghosts of Talladega. That was fun. I remember watching that video and I was like, I thought it was real for like two seconds, and then they showed that one clip with the ghost, and I was like, fuck you. I'm sorry. Way off topic, but I'm not even interested in that. And that sucks, too. 2012 Talladega. 2012 Talladega. That was goddamn beautiful. Like, before that wreck at the end, when they were going 4 wide for the entire freaking pack there, that was magnificent. That was, without a doubt, the greatest thing that I've ever seen. If I was there at that racetrack when that happened, I'd never, ever watch NASCAR from home again. I'd have to go to every goddamn race, because that would have been amazing to see. But that is overshadowed by the fact that there was a wreck there that gave Dale Jr. a concussion. And that took the big headlines. It wasn't even the intricate racing, it was just the crash. But I'm straying way so far off topic. I was thinking for like a 500, for the 500 subscribers special, I was just going to have a 4-hour straight unedited kind of, well, unlike unedited, like, it would be 4 hours straight and like everything. I just wouldn't edit it at all, except for stringing it together in Sony Vegas, where I just talked for a while and played some games and talked some more, where I just, like, unload. But this is the race review. I'm just going to end it on the note. Eric Almirola is now a chase contender. I'm pretty sure he's going to do nothing with it, but he's now a chase contender. He is now in it to win it. And the 43 car, I don't think, has won a race since the 90s. And it still hasn't won a race since the 90s. Eric Almirola was handed this win. And that's that.